$40 can do a lot. It can put you in jail. It can make it so you can't get a job. It can cost you hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars in fines, and it can actually put you on the cycle perpetually. But how could $40 do that? Well, it's actually quite simple, because $40 will buy you 1/8 of 1 ounce of cannabis, something that's currently illegal at the federal level and in most states. But the truth is, we don't know the truth. We don't know the truth about the legality of it. We don't know the truth about the money behind it. So I'm here to tell you all about what's really going on with all of this. Today, I'm going to explain why we need to legalize cannabis, if not at the federal level, at least at the state level here in Kentucky, based on the effects that cannabis actually has on the body when compared to current legal commodities like alcohol and tobacco, as well as the effects that legalized cannabis can have on society. So the effects on the body. We've all seen the commercial, this is your brain on drugs. For those of you that haven't, I'm going to show it to you real quick.
This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Actually, I have several questions, so thank you for asking. First of all, why do people think that was funded by the government when in reality it was funded by companies like Jim Beam, Anheuser-Busch, and Marlboro Cigarettes, alcohol and tobacco companies? And then what happens if we actually compare our brain on drugs like alcohol and tobacco to cannabis? Luckily, the federal government wants to know these things. Through federal research, they found that young students who take alcohol and tobacco habitually can face gray matter reduction upwards of 18%, and cannabis 3.37%. Now, I'm not saying that a reduction in gray matter at any amount is good, but what I am asking is, why is something that's 5 times as likely to reduce gray matter legal when something else isn't? But why would we stop with just the brain? Let's look at the whole body. According to the American Cancer Society, alcohol has been directly linked towards cancer in 7 different parts of the body, with tobacco, 14. Cannabis, 1. Testicular cancer. Why is something that can cause cancer in 7 times and even 14 times as many places legal? But why stop at the individual? Why not look at society? Colorado and Washington were the first states to legalize cannabis, and it was very difficult because there were 2 large criticisms about it. They said that it could increase traffic fatalities because there would be an increase in inebriated drivers. They said there would be an increase in crime. Well, luckily the federal government also wants to know these things, so they track these statistics. And the statistics say different. According to the Washington Highway Patrol, traffic fatalities have been down 6% since legalizing cannabis. DUIs have been down 12%. As for crime, the crime rate has gone down 2.6% in Colorado and roughly the same in Washington as well. In the city of Denver, violent crime is down 5.6%, property crime is down 10.6%, homicides are down 60%. Now, I'm not going to tell you that correlation equals causation because I'd be lying to you. But what I am saying is that if it's going to increase crime and if it's going to increase traffic fatalities, why hasn't it in the years since? We've all been misinformed, but it's also up to us to make sure that we can combat this problem. And the biggest thing we need to do is we need to stay informed. We can't just accept this fear-mongering and political rhetoric. It's up to us to make the difference. So we need to do our own research, but above all, we need to get politically active. And we're seeing it in today's presidential race. But it can't just be with presidential concerns. It needs to be at the local level as well. We need to go to rallies, we need to sign petitions, but above all, we need to vote. Now, if cannabis was legalized, there's a lot of different ways that it could affect society in a positive ways. Medicinal marijuana research is currently in its infancy, but these are just some of the ways that it's already been found to help society. It's been shown to help people with post-traumatic stress disorder. It's been shown to help people with ALS. It's been shown to help with chemotherapy recovery. It's actually been shown to decrease tumor size in lung cancer, and it's been shown to help combat the effects of Alzheimer's. But it doesn't just stop there. It can also help our economy. According to Forbes magazine, in 2015, the cannabis industry created 200,000 jobs, including the states that only legalized it in that year, like Alaska, Oregon, and Washington, D.C., the working population was a little bit over 10.5 million people. That means an increase in jobs for 1.9% of the population. So what does that say? Let's say it's legalized in Kentucky. Kentucky currently has the 24th lowest unemployment rate at 4.9%. If we were to be an average state, we would have the third lowest unemployment rate at 3%. But it doesn't just stop there. It also happens with tax revenue as well. Currently, Colorado is taxing it at roughly 20% for sales tax, and in the month of September for 2015, it created $11 million in tax revenue just in that month, and it's increasing month by month. Now, what could $11 million a month do? It could build schools. It could build roads. It could clean the water in cities like Flint, Michigan. This is all about making a difference. It's why all of us are here to speak today. I want to help make sure that we can become more morally consistent with what people can and can't do. I want to show that there are ways that we can help advance medical research. But above all, I want to make sure that we can create jobs and create revenue for communities that are struggling right now. Thank you.